Right. Oh, hang on. I'm back. Wow. Let's just log on to the old mobile phone and that. Oh, water. Forgot that was there. For a second, I thought that was my stomach. Because I am a little bit peckish. I'm going to have my breakfast. Well, I suppose it's not really my breakfast. So I won't be breaking my fast. I suppose I'll be having my not fast in a moment. But first, it is very exciting because I have got to finish my wonderful, amazing live stream where I stay up all night and I talk about the general election. I have got on my screen, I've got my live chat. Oh, a diamond, very nice. And I can also see the polls, which have almost finished being declared now. There are only 6 left to be declared. I've tried to wait a good few minutes, but they're taking their sweet time. So I thought I might as well start this stream now. Then I can eat some food. Then I'll probably have a nap for a few hours before I start my day properly. And I mean, I just want to talk about my first time voting. As I say, this obviously is my first time voting because I am only 18. And it's definitely been an experience. I mean, when I was voting at the actual polling station, it was very odd. They were like, "Oh, is this your first time voting?" And obviously, because it was, I said, "Yes, it is." And they went, "Oh, that's very cool, very exciting times." And I knew they were going to do this because somebody who looked maybe 21, 22, so just unable to vote last time, walked past everyone just because you walk past everyone when you leave. It's not because he wanted to be seen. But they all did a big round of applause and he looked all embarrassed. And so I sussed out that that was going to happen to me. And alas, indeed it did. And I just muttered to myself, "Oh, I want to die. This is not how I wanted my first voting to go." With the big old... It was not pleasant, but it was also quite amusing at my own expense. But obviously Labour has officially won. Sir Keir Starmer has made his big old speech and Rishi Sunak has made his speech because he sadly is still going to be an MP. We do have Penny Mordaunt no longer being an MP. I found that out during my last stream. We also have got Theresa May. Sorry, not Theresa May, the other one. Mixing up my female Tory MPs. It's not Thatcher. It's Liz Truss. There we go. As much as I dislike Theresa May, I feel a bit mean for comparing her to mixing her up with Liz Truss. Now we've got Liz Truss no longer being an MP. Not looking very pleased. Who else? Yes, that was it. Jacob Rees-Mogg. I don't think I said last time. I don't think it had been announced last time. I was absolutely shocked. I was certain that Rees-Mogg was still going to be an MP. And he won't. And I just think that's fantastic news. What else is there? We've had Rishi Sunak coming back to London for the final time. We've got the overnight BBC people no longer on air, and now it's the daytime folk. And we've only got 6 more seats to be declared. I was hoping for a few more Labour ones. We're at 410 at the moment, and they've been kind of stuck there for a while. It was weird. There were like 30 left to be declared, and they were on about 400. And I thought, oh well, they must be able to get about 15 of those, maybe even 20. And I don't know why, but they've just kind of been stuck in the early 400s. Not that I'm massively complaining, because they're winning big landslide victory. Not as many people voted for them this time as in 2017, which goes to show you kind of the issue with the fast past the post system. I mean, it's worked here, and it's a system that makes sense in terms of having MPs for a constituency. But there is also the issue of there should be more Tory and more Reform people if you want to go for proportionate, I can't talk, proportionate representation. That kind of shows me why proportionate representation isn't a good idea, and this probably sounds a little bit manipulative of me, but more diamonds, very nice. Knowing how many right-wing tossers there are in the UK, I know that there would be more of that right-wing mess in the country if they were able to have a more proportionate way of voting. Which is weird, because I like democracy and I like proportional representation in theory. But again, I'm going to draw parallels to Weimar Germany, because that's what I studied at school. You end up with your consistently hung parliaments, and it's a pain, and nothing ever gets done. So it's a weird one, proportional representation. You likely have different thoughts to me. Still 6 to declare, no change there. I am happy to say that Reform have only got 4 votes so far, unless things change dramatically in these final 6, which I will be surprised if they do. I was wrong. I was wrong when I said that I expect them to get 8 votes. I overestimated them, which is very nice. I'm always happy to overestimate Reform and Farage and all of that. So yeah, that was definitely better than it could have been. When you think that they were initially predicted 13, now they're only getting 4. And that is something to be very, very pleased about indeed. I've seen some people already saying that Labour is going to be awful, awful, awful. And somebody was talking about the fact that the London Mayor, Sadiq Khan, won't be able to moan about the Tories stopping them from doing what they want to do anymore. Which, I mean, is a fair point, that they will be more scrutinised. But I think they will do a better job than what we've had before. And that is the main thing. I have noticed somebody in the stream. Hello, person in the stream. I'm just very happy at the moment that we've got a Labour government. A Labour government. It's fantastic. And I'm just really hopeful that they are what I want them to be. I mean, also, Lib Dems do better than projected. I believe they're on 71 at the moment. The Lib Dems. They won, what was it, 10, 11, something like that, at the end of the last election. I mean, I know that Labour and Lib Dems took a beating in the last election because of the Get Brexit Done thing, which was obviously going to rake in a whole load of votes. But they have turned themselves around. It's amazing. The Lib Dems. I mean, wouldn't it be fantastic to have Lib Dems, or even better, the Greens, as the opposition. I mean, that's the dream. But still, I'm just so chuffed, and I hope that the Lib Dems and Labour show that left-wing parliaments can work, especially when you look at America and you look even more so at quite a lot of diamonds there, that's not bad, and you look even more so at France. Things are going down the Swanee, and it's lovely to have a positive change. I'm well chuffed. Right, let's get my gold ore, let's get my iron ore. Pardon me. And I can start doing what I was gathering all of that cobblestone for. I can start building my what's-it-majiggle, my stadium. That I started building because of the football. Which is over there. I'm going to need to build another path. But I'm not in the mood for building another path at the moment, believe you me. Normally what I would do is I would build the other path just off camera. But as I'm sure you've noticed if you've been keeping up to date or keeping track, I like in these streams to always do everything on stream. Like, aside from a couple of times where my internet's cut out, I have not done a single thing in this world without live streaming it. So building another path would mean doing all of that work on live stream, which I don't fancy doing at the moment. I'm not going to do a part 4 to this. I'm not going to do a part where I discuss the election once those final 6 votes have been counted, because it won't change things massively. I will, of course, mention it in my next video. I don't know whether or not that will be a bad Minecraft video, or if that will be a Minecraft 15 years later video. But whatever it is, that will be a thing that will be discussed. But for now, I just want to do a little bit of work on my little stadium over here. Do I have? Yes, I do have wood on me. Very good. And I don't have any iron or diamond, so I'll have to make a quick stone shovel, because this still needs getting rid of. And I've got the BBC coverage in front of me now. Not much is happening as I speak. I will say I'm excited to see how Keir Starmer makes a podium. I wonder what his podium will look like, because as you may well know, all the Prime Ministers get a new podium. It's like one of the big things. I quite liked, it's one of the few things I liked about Liz Truss. It was very modern. I wasn't sure about it at the time, but I quite like, in retrospect, her almost DNA kind of helixy. I'm making it out sound more impressive than it was, but just this kind of spiral podium where you had these stairs all stacked on top of each other, slightly rotated. I liked it. Well, I kind of liked it. I preferred Rishi Sunak's. I didn't like it at the time, but as I say, in retrospect, I have, dare I say, nostalgia for it. I mean, I wouldn't say nostalgia, because it was only like a year and a half ago, but I have this kind of fondness. Oh, it was a simpler time. I was panicking for the country's well-being. Such fun. Such fun was had by all. No, I want to know what happens next. I want to see how Sir Keir Starmer deals with being the Prime Minister. It's going to be so weird. I hope Jeremy Hunt doesn't become a thorn in his side. A lot of people are saying, oh, he might become the next. Well, some people, maybe not a lot of people, but a fair few amount, are saying he might become the next leader of the opposition, and I would not be a fan of that, let me tell you. What else is that? That's pretty much it. I mean, Nigel Farage, obviously scary, obviously saying this is basically saying the worst is yet to come, but framing it as a good thing, saying we are going to do things that will absolutely shock you. And believe you me, that is my fear. Right, let's make a whole bunch of sticks. Some more. That's not going to be enough. This is for, let's just do the entire thing. This will be for my goal. Will 8 be enough? I don't think so. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to need another... Oh, I can't do maths. I'm going to need another 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be 8 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Marvellous. And then it goes 1 forward, forward, like so. And then at the moment it looks a bit like a stretched chair or something. Need to get some more wood. But before I do, I've got to deal with this. So I want a kind of walkway around the edge, as you often do in arenas. I'll only have it 1 block wide, because this is quite a small arena. And this view won't be as long as the other two. I mean, the other two weren't particularly long for my standards. They were only about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So far I've been 16, and I can't see myself being terribly longer, because most of the coverage is finished. It's now much more sporadic. I mean, I'm just looking at the amount of votes. We've got 119 Tories, which is more than I would have hoped, but still good. We've got 71 Lib Dem, which, as I said, is fantastic. 9 SNP, which is okay. I mean, I like the SNP, but I don't really know what they are at the moment because of the whole change in leadership. I rather liked Hamza Yusuf. I spoke to my grandmother about this. I rang her up a few weeks ago, just a little bit before he resigned, maybe 2 or 3 days. And she said that she didn't really like him and she's not going to vote, which I think is a shame, but it is what it is. I doubt she'll watch this, and if she does, I mean, I don't think I make it any secret that I think it's a shame to not vote. Even to my relatives who I know and love very much, I don't hide my opinions. I just say them in a respectful manner, which I think is always important to do. And then I see we've got the Welsh and the Irish parties doing fairly well. The Greens and the Plaid Cymru, I believe it's the Welsh party, both doing well. DUP lost some seats, but Sinn Féin, or however it's pronounced, I'm not very good at these. What's it, Majigles? Other names for parties that I don't vote for, but they are doing quite well for their standards. Drexel Spada says, salutations, long time no see. It is indeed. It's been a while since I've seen your name in my chat. I hope you're doing well. I don't know whereabouts you are. I'm guessing from your salutations, since not many English people say that, I'm guessing you're not English. Or if you are, then you're being very eccentric, which I like. But if you're English, I wonder how you voted, if you voted, and what you think. And Space says, not quite 0 seats like we wanted, but a definite shake-up for the first time in 11 years. It's more than 11 years, it's 14 years. Maybe you're talking about the Lib Dems. I can't remember when they were in. Maybe they stopped after 11 years. When was the general election? That was... I can't place it. But definitely the first non-Tory government in 14 and a half years. And I mean, it's not like we ever were going to get 0 seats for the Tories, but it was good. I mean, you could be talking about Reform not getting 0 seats, and that certainly is what was hoped for. Of course, we do have the people in this country who will vote for those absolute bigoted, racist idiots, for lack of a better word, or sometimes not idiots, sometimes they're intelligent in their vileness, which is arguably worse. Oh, 5 more to declare. We've got another one for Labour in Hendon. Never heard of that place. So that's nice. Oh dear, you can hear from my voice it's losing it a little bit. I mean, the hope was for Labour to get their largest majority ever, even bigger than the 118 with Tony Blair. I don't know what they had larger before Tony Blair. But still, I'm happy with how it's turned out. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. The next 5 years or so are going to be hopefully very good. I mean, it'll be quite strange if they take the fact that trainee teachers like me are starting to teach, even though we began our training before Labour made their pledge to get more teachers in the workforce. So it'll be curious to see if we get counted there. We likely will. I mean, I won't complain to get counted from in these things, even though it is slightly inaccurate, and I don't like to be counted in an inaccurate fashion. Directed this from the US, you don't really understand the the details of UK laws. You like to use old words. That's absolutely fine. I rather like my old-fashioned language as well. The intricacies, there we are, I said it's the intricacies of UK laws and politics are very confusing to foreigners, much like how the intricacies of American politics are strange to me. But if you like the Democrats, then you would like Labour, and if you like the Republicans, you would like the Tories, or maybe even Reform, is what I have to say to you. I mean, you've got on the left side Labour, and then Lib Dems, and on the right you've got the Tories, and then the far weaker but worryingly more popular than they were before, Reform UK. And I say were before in a loose term because Reform is technically a new party, but they used to be the Brexit Party and then the even more formidable UKIP, or UK Independence Party, all of which headed by Nigel Farage, a man who is not very well respected in the UK by many people aside from the bigots, who sadly are more loud than they used to be. But unless either of you have any key points to make, political or otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye for now, because I've stayed up all night watching the election, and I'm very tired. Live streaming my reactions have helped keep me awake, but there is only so much that will do, and I am beginning to fear that I will fall asleep while live streaming. And I've fallen asleep before while in Discord calls, which is a bit embarrassing, but never while live streaming. I'm sure that will happen one day, but not today. And from the lack... Oh, you've been researching a different type of English. The English. Oh, yes, the English. I'm aware of what English is. I don't speak it. But it's getting rid of all of that romantic influence, or Normish, or Norman, as you put it, being close to our Germanic roots. English is bizarre, isn't it? Our big mashup of languages. I remember watching a Jay Foreman, I think it was Mad Men episode on YouTube, where they discuss of all of the place names and how all these place names can be traced to various different ways of speaking that relate to different parts of the UK. Space said it might be a bit of a cop-out, but you don't really like any of the parties. None of them speak to me, but we might see some positive change for once. Well, that's the thing. They may not be good, but Labour is the least bad, and I think that they may well be quite good, in parts, at the very least. But I can understand people being disenfranchised with the whole thing. It isn't good. Neith asks when Eloqi becomes Prime Minister in 10 years' time. Draxel says, funnily enough, Minecraft has an English translation. I know it has a lot of English variations. It's got Shakespearean and pirate and all sorts. It's also got Esperanto, I believe, which is very cool. I'd love to learn Esperanto. I mean, it would be totally pointless, but it would be nice for the what's the word I'm looking for? Principle of it. Nice for the principle. Right, once again, any other ideas, any other messages that you would like to send to me and the other people, because I am about to finish this stream. As I say, quite a short one. Just more than anything as a record of my thoughts at the time, because I'm sure I will forget what I think, and it will be interesting to look back and see my thoughts. But I have made some progress on my stadium. I'm looking forward to continuing this little project. Very unplanned, very going with the flow, and seeing how it will turn out. But I am now going to say goodbye to you all. Thank you for watching this stream. I don't understand why you would watch my streams. My streams and my videos are absolutely naff. You clearly have a far more acquired taste than I do. But have a lovely rest of your days. Oh, that sounds a bit morbid. Have a lovely rest of your day, even. Diddle pip. Bye-bye. Oh no, there's another message. You would recommend 480p instead of 720. I tried to work out how to do that, but I don't know how to do that because I am dumb. Maybe I will try that one day. We will see. But thank you for your feedback. It is very helpful, as all feedback is. Doodle pip. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye.